Britney, bitch.
I just like, I think about my perspective too at the time, and I was so gross. Like, I literally was just like totally deluded and suckered into thinking that like there was somehow something wrong with her, and just like thought she was fucking weird and awful, and like never thought about it in an empathetic way. Because like, and I didn't even fucking care, because I was like, yeah, whatever. She's like a rich white lady. Who gives a fuck? Like, rich American. You know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Incel? Yeah, no, straight up. Oh, permeate hella incel energy for sure. I mean, I was definitely young too, so it doesn't, you know. Like, I hated
What do
her,
you think it'll
kinda.
take to get the paparazzi to leave you alone?
Like, I didn't care about her at all, and the only feelings that I had at this stage, I remember, was just like, how do I describe it? Like, neutral hate, indifference, but also like just shitting on her for the sake of shitting on her. You know what I mean? Because like, I didn't give a fuck about her music at all. Annoyance, yeah, annoyance is better. Not hatred. It's like too strong, because hatred comes from a place of like caring. I didn't care, and also I was just like, ugh, you know. She's so weird. Like, she's another.
Is that one of
She's
your
another
biggest
famous
wishes?
person who's just wilding out.
Yeah. It's okay.
What up, cutie Cinderella?
I would like for them to leave me alone.
Before we dive deep into 2007, we want to thank Philo for sponsoring this video and allowing us to devote so much time and
Lots of dogpiling for everyone for no reason. Like when grown adult men would talk about hating Bieber 10 years ago. Yeah, it's very weird. I guess I was suckered into it too, boys.
effort to this project. This is by far our longest and most extensive episode of 2010, including the anti-paparazzi bill that prevented paparazzi from interfering with a celebrity's vehicle and personal life. And that's partially because of the way Britney Spears was treated in 2007 and 2008. After her divorce with Kevin, she began drinking a lot more and started hanging out with the socialite crowd in Beverly Hills. And the paparazzi were on the prowl wherever she went. Whether she was at Starbucks or the club, paparazzi were capturing her every move. And Britney's relationship with them was complicated, to say the least.
Why wouldn't they let you in, Brittany? What do you think?
I don't really care. I mean, I could go to my house.
Yeah,
Brittany.
You tell him, Brittany. You tell him.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to around.
All right.
I love you guys.
We love you too, girl.
I don't do the extra. I think you can come in your video.
All that.
It's all over YouTube, man.
Party at my house.
All right, let's go. Come on, Brittany. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Can I get one beef up your appetite?
Shut up. No, I want number 2. No, I want a number 3. I can't see, sir.
Hey, guys. Hey, move.
No, I want a number 3.
Hi, Brittany. Number 3.
What kind of soda?
What kind of soda, Brittany?
What kind of what?
Soda.
Soda. Coke.
Coke.
Give her a Coke. Coke.
With Coke. Large.
They hassled Britney and harassed her no matter where
Motherfucking stream snipers, boys. What
she
the
went,
fuck?
and tried to catch her at her absolute worst moments.
like,
there was
way
even
worse.
a period of time in the early 2000s after Britney Spears showed more than she wanted to in an incident with a paparazzi, where paparazzi would intentionally
It's like negative stream snipers who like hate watch and just like try to fucking phone bomb a place that that you're at. You know what I mean? Like,
try and take low shots while she was getting out of cars to try and take a photo up her skirt. Britney was even in a brief relationship with the paparazzi in 2008.
The intimate photos on a hotel balcony, kissing, holding hands, shopping for a pregnancy test. There's been speculation Adam courted Britney to get good shots and sell the pictures, an accusation he denies.
No.
oh my God, what is that, dude? What the fuck? What is happening? Motherfucker has a landing strip. Why did dudes in the early 2000s just like try to look like the devil in a straight to DVD release? You know what I mean? This is how porn stars look right now. I don't know why, but just like male porn stars still look like this, and it's very strange. What is this? What the fuck is this? Like, what are you selling here, bro? God damn.
Never.
It was already hard to live her life day to day being one of the biggest pop stars on earth, but companies like X17 and TMZ made it even harder as their tactics became even more intense.
Look at that. That's art right there. You see it? On the street. See?
Yes, art.
It's not about me, babies.
Take a picture.
I can take a picture.
Stay back, bro. Stay back. Stay, don't get in front of the
Bro, we're like watching her literally like get worse and worse mentally, like every single step of the way.
When it gets a shot, nice.
I can't see.
She can't see, dog. She's gonna go. Let it go. Guys, move open. Give it space. Come on, move. Come on, guys. Just take a picture.
Let's take one picture.
We're standing in front of the street, dog. Just
Get out to I'm home, you stupid move!
move. Hey, guys, come on, guys. 1 second.
Don't want Junior to get mad. I just don't want it to go. I fica de olho em mim.
Shut up.
Brittany, what are you looking for?
My car.
Your what? Your memory card?
Shine the light on the floor.
Can someone find her memory card?
Bro, this is actually making me want to go leave Britney alone and start crying. Like, I totally get that person who was like crying under the sheets saying leave Britney alone. Like, I've never related more with that than right now. Like, this is crazy. God damn. You're just right the entire time, dude.
It's gotta be handsome. Just shine the light on the floor.
Do we really want to see?
Brittany, I think. Oh, they found it, Brittany.
You got it.
There you go.
Thanks, Gaio. Watch your back.
Look out, guys. Look out, guys.
You're welcome, Brittany.
You like us again, Brittany?
Don't talk about you.
Thank you, Brittany.
I just don't like it when you get in my way of my pictures.
Okay. Sorry about that,
Why don't you
Brittany.
take one
I'm
right
a
now?
person just like you.
Why don't you take one right now?
Can you take a picture of us, Brittany?
Take care.
Take care.
Dude, animals,
Everything good,
bro.
Brittany? Gotta do work. Gotta listen. Say Brittany. Just say Brittany. Brittany. See her, Brittany. Look
This
out, guys.
is fucking insane, dude. Yo, how do you not have like... I'm not like victim blaming here, but like how the fuck did she not have like round the clock security everywhere she went? I mean, I guess that's like really demanding and it probably sucks to have that. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself, but even then it's like, I mean, these guys should have absolutely gone to jail. Like they literally should have gone to jail. It's just stalking. If they've monetized stalking, it's insane. Like,
Restroom's over here, Brittany. Looking for the restroom?
Come on, guys.
I tell you, they should have harassed you like that, Britney Spears.
volcano. Finger point volcano. It's kind of wild that like like she's so nice like all the time to everyone while they're all just fucking shitting on her non-stop, dude. They're like exploiting every facet of her humanity and being. It's like, holy fuck. And then
As if
her
all of Britney's privacy being removed wasn't enough, tragedy struck in early 2007 when Britney's aunt Sandra, who she was very close to, passed away at the age of 59. And just a few weeks later, Britney's ex-boyfriend Isaac Cohen exploited.
You bring up a good point, Chatter, who was a Flesh Dog. Yeah, let's bring back the paparazzi, but only for politicians. I think politicians should get treated that way. And while they're taking photos and like being super invasive, they should ask questions like, why did you not vote for this bill? Like, why do you think there should be no federal regulations around protecting voter rights? Like, it'd be pretty awesome.
Exploited Britney Spears by sharing extremely intimate details of Britney being insecure during intercourse. Britney had no privacy. Every square inch of her body and every second of her life was publicly broadcast and exploited for as much money as possible. She'd go to get vitamins and 40 men would block her exit and blind her with flashes while asking her super invasive questions. Then those paparazzi would sell the photos and get extremely high prices for them from tabloids and news organizations like E! And OK Magazine. One of the most notorious paparazzi, Mel Buzad, was quoted saying, "If I get a picture of Britney and her baby, I'll be able to buy a house in those hills." At this point, Britney had no one she could trust. After people she had been intimate and vulnerable with had betrayed her, she was extremely paranoid and completely alone, all during one of the hardest times of her life, as Britney was currently dealing with paparazzi stalking her, tabloids and her ex-boyfriend exploiting her, all amidst a very public custody battle for her children. And what happened next was unfortunately inevitable.
You look nice, Britney. Where are you going? Why are you crying, Britney?
You okay, Britney?
Are you okay, Britney?
You should go home, Britney.
Do you need to talk to someone, Britney?
Why are you crying, Britney?
I'm sitting for once and having a nice time with my dog.
That's it?
So with nowhere to turn and the paparazzi becoming increasingly more invasive, things took an extremely dark turn. All eyes were on Britney and she became much more lethargic in public. As Britney gets closer to her breaking point, Felicia Culotta, Britney's assistant of nearly a decade, quit working for Britney and expressed her concern for her close friend, saying, "I loved being with Britney for the past 10 years. I cherish all the incredible opportunities."
Dude, this is such a freak take, dude. She started this for the fame but could not control it. Dude, first of all, like, oh, you wanted to be famous so we can murder you is very wild, okay? Like, oh, what amount of abuse is appropriate if someone wants to be famous? And secondly, I guess you missed part one where, like, she literally had zero autonomy when she was a fucking child and her parents were like, oh, no, we're gonna, they were show moms. They were show parents. And they literally fucking built her up to become a child star. So, you know, I can't believe this 11-year-old was so fucking fame hungry. Incredible stuff. Good take, dude. Anne.
That came my way through my job with Britney, and I am crushed, saddened, heartsick by the way her life is unfolding. We are doing everything in our power to get help for Britney, and all of our power to not pad the bottom. So when she does indeed hit rock bottom, she'll stand up and walk away from this whole fiasco, a new, confident, changed, career-driven Britney like we all loved. There's just so much you can do to help a person. I don't dare want to be an enabler, and I cannot love her enough for the both of us. I cannot convince her in any way to love herself. All I can do is be a friend, someone that loved her for many years unconditionally, and to pray that what I have decided is the most and best I can do for my friend. I cannot save her from herself, nor can I commit her to any type of treatment program against her wishes and will. I'm throwing my hands up and realizing that I am helpless. And on February 15th, 2007, Britney checked herself into the rehab facility Crossroads Center in Antigua, but she checked out 24 hours later and was spotted flying back to Los Angeles. And just 2 days later, Britney Spears' public spiral began.
Easy. Make a hole. Back all the way up, guys. Come on, guys. Back up. Back up. Please. Back up, please. Back up, please. What's wrong, Britney? Brittany, how about the rehab is new? Is closed? Guys, back up, guys. It's true about the rehab, Brittany.
I love you,
Dude, this is
Brittany.
crazy, dude.
So now we're gonna beat your ass, homie.
I'd like to see that.
It started with Brittany being spotted at Esther's hair cutting studio.
Think about how fucking annoying it is just watching someone else snap photos of someone with the sounds and the flashing lights every fucking 3 seconds. Like, we're literally watching someone else get paparazzi attacked, and it's fucking annoying. Now imagine being in that situation while you're like literally not having a good time and going through it all. Absolutely devastating shit.
Studio. The studio was closed, but they opened it just for Brittany.
Hey, good for you.
He's a bodyguard outfit.
Okay.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
7,200 somebody.
Brittany told the owner she wanted to have her head shaved, but the owner, Esther Tignazi, refused and instead gave Brittany the tools to do it herself. According to Access Hollywood, as Brittany held the tool up to her head, she said, "Mom's gonna kill me," and began shortening her hair with scissors before buzzing it off with electric shears.
They asked why she wanted to shave her head, and she said, "I don't want anyone touching me. I'm tired of everybody touching me."
But you know, she never said anything about being sick and tired of people touching her, and that's why she was doing it. I think maybe the braids were on too tight. She had a lot of extensions in her hair. So she shaved off the whole thing all by herself, and all I basically did was go in there and even it out for her. When we were done, she just walked out the back door, and of course the paparazzi were all over the place.
Get in the back, Ben. Sorry. Brittany! Why she's gonna drive?
The paparazzi had already been following Brittany when she escaped to the hair salon, so there were tons of them stationed outside of the hair studio, and they captured every second of it. Hollywood sweetheart Britney Spears had just shaven her head in front of hundreds of paparazzi, and this was only the beginning.
Sometimes it can get kind of lonely. You're guarded, you know? You have to be that way, otherwise you get taken advantage of and get in situations like I did the past year.
Also wild that like the only fucking instance of her trying to exercise autonomy and control over her own life in an effort to like push people away, push people off of her forcibly, was also heavily documented as like just her like mental decay and mental descent, I guess. I remember this moment because like I remember thinking like, oh, this is it. Like she's just having a crazy mental breakdown, which she probably was, but also at the same time, like, you know.
I had totally lost my way. I lost focus. I lost myself. I had that type of nature within me that wanted to rebel out. I never wanted to become one of those prisoner people. I always wanted to feel free and get in my car and go and not let people make me feel like I had to stay in my home.
When you look back at the whole shaving of the head thing and all the rest of it, what provoked you to do that?
Like, I was going through so much artificial stuff with my kids and with Kevin and all that stuff at the time, and he just left me, and I was devastated, you know? And people thought that it was me, like,
Dude, so many examples of child stars from back then, like from that exact same era, are now like in horrible situations, like whether it be Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes. Like we literally, like, we just fucked up an entire nation of like actor, or an entire generation of like actors and actresses and shit. Just think about it, dude. It is like the ones that make it out, without dying or like having these massive mental breakdowns are like only recently figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like they're only recently like fixing themselves up.
going crazy and stuff like that, but people shave their heads all the time, you know? But I mean, I was going through a lot, but it was just kind of like me just feeling a form of a little bit of rebellion, or feeling free, or, you know, shedding stuff that had happened, you know?
Why did you not tell anyone that's what you were doing?
Huh?
Why did you not tell anyone that's what you were doing?
I didn't think it was anyone's business, really.
Brittany left the salon completely bald and led paparazzi to a Sherman Oaks tattoo parlor called Body and Soul.
It was a pretty slow night, just like every other. And I remember hearing this insane roaring sound outside that was coming from seeming far away. And it got closer and closer. And I didn't know what it was. I wasn't sure what was happening, if there was a riot outside. And then the flashes came. The door opened slowly, and a hooded figure walked in the door. I still didn't know who it was, what was happening. It was all happened so quickly. And then I realized it was Britney Spears. The first tattoo that she got was lips that someone else's girlfriend had done, and the other one was a small cross.
Now this started an even more intensive media frenzy. Nothing like we had.
Have you ever seen groups of paparazzi in the streets of LA? I'm telling you, it's not like that anymore. I think there's, I mean, they talked about it in 2010. There was a law that changed this a lot. It's not like that at all anymore. Usually paparazzi are called upon a certain like location by the publicist now. There's a couple different things. Like, one, there was a law. Two, Instagram kind of like devalued these like very personal moments that you could only get in the publications. Three, the internet also like eviscerated these publications and their circulation regardless. So it got to a point where it's like, it's not really worthwhile for them to monetize their stalking behavior, their predatory stalker behavior. Now, there are still paparazzi out there. There's still paparazzi out there. That has not changed. Like, that happens. If you go to like a restaurant like Nice Guy or Delilah or one of these like places that you know, a lot of celebrities frequent, then yes, you will absolutely see paparazzi out there. But more so than that, you will see stands like little fucking Zoomers with their goddamn phones. It's actually more common to see like Zoomers than paparazzi like waiting outside of a restaurant or some shit.
Seen before.
Hi, Brittany. Love you, Brittany. How you like your hair, Brittany? Love you. Bald.
I tell you.
Let's go.
And the tabloids had a heyday. Dozens of headlines calling Britney crazy and making fun of her popped up everywhere.
As erratic as Britney Spears' behavior.
Think about it this way. Celebrities that don't have Instagrams, celebrities that don't have like very public Instagrams or aren't very public about their lives, still get paparazzi attacked all the time. Kanye West being a great example of this, right? And that's because they are notoriously private and want to keep their shit private. But if you have a fucking robust Instagram, like oftentimes you're not going to get like attacked by paparazzi because it's more worthwhile and it's actually valuable. To snap pictures of you is actually literally fucking valuable. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ben Affleck, these are people that like you don't usually see on social media, so that's the reason why they still get like, you know, attacked.
Behavior's been lately. This really, I think, caught everyone off guard. Kelly Clarkson was at the Daytona 500 this weekend. This is her reaction as she learns the shocking news.
Kelly, Britney Spears has shaved her head.
Okay, are y'all kidding? Because somebody just told me that out there, and I think that's a joke.
Is that a style that you would ever consider for yourself?
She did not shave her
did.
head. Are you for real?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow, a stunned and speechless Kelly Clarkson.
The owner of the salon even sold her hair and began offering the Britney.
Oh my God, dude. The owner of the salon sold it for $1 million, dude.
Buzz cut. Britney explained that this was simply an act of rebellion. She had been under the control of her parents, a record label, and under the microscope of the tabloids for her entire life, and she just wanted to be free. However, freedom was not what Britney obtained on February 17th. Following the night's events, Britney was admitted to Sinai Medical Center. Then for 2 days, Britney went silent. But the media didn't. They continued to ruthlessly rip Britney apart. Tabloids like The Sun and The Inquirer having some of the most tasteless headlines of them all. And merely 2 days after shaving her head, Britney is briefly seen in a short blonde wig partying at the Roxy Club. But just 24 hours later, Britney has checked herself back into rehab at Promises Residential Treatment Center in Malibu. Rehab is supposed to be a private time where people suffering from addiction can recover and be attended to properly. It is more than just a medical recoup. It is also heavily centered around mental.
Yeah, Pepe spit on The Sun, dude. Disgusting. Daily Mail, The Sun, The Mirror. These are like, yo, British tabloids are literally like, I can't explain it. British media is so bad, dude. It's like they're so organized and they're so devastating. But especially British tabloids are fucking so bad. They're so bad. Actual demon shit.
Health and privacy. However, Britney wasn't even allowed that basic human right, as the paparazzi somehow obtained a photo of her on the private premises. Britney is past rock bottom at this point, with nowhere to turn and no one she can trust. She was allegedly upset at how far the paparazzi had gone yet again, and she left the rehab facility only to head straight to the law office of Tarlow and Burke. Burke had previously represented Reese Witherspoon in a case against the paparazzi, which may be why Britney was there. Around this time, we begin to see a narrative form amongst those who are supposedly looking after Britney's best interests. Her father spoke to Fox saying Britney is a sick little girl who they're just trying to take care of. The same day Britney went to the law office, Kevin Federline scheduled an emergency custody hearing for February 22nd. Britney caught wind of this and allegedly wanted to talk it out with Kevin. She headed out to San Fernando Valley where Kevin lived to discuss this with him. However, as she was heading towards Kevin's house, the paparazzi were tipped off on where she was, and they immediately began following and harassing her. Britney needed to speak to Kevin in private as it was concerning her children, but she couldn't even do that without the paparazzi targeting her, selling the photos and exploiting her for millions. Britney had had enough.
Gotten shots, like, please, guys. Don't, guys, please, guys, don't do this. No.
That's the rehab.
Yo, that motherfucker deserves so much worse than that, dude. Straight up, like, I wish Allah gave her more arm strength and upper body strength to be able to smash those windows, okay? That's what I wish would have happened in that situation. That dude literally deserves to have his car lit on fire, okay? Straight up. Just, like, light the entire car on fire, dude.
Sorry for calling.
The paparazzi guy she attacked who said rehab right there is the guy from the New York Times interview. Really? That's the guy? This fucking piece of shit, dude? Where is it? Wasn't it like right here? This guy.
Having her. Once she started having her kid with Kevin Federline, it exploded.
This is the fucking guy? Fuck this guy. Spit on him.
Oh wow, she did that too?
After this incident, Britney allegedly spoke with Kevin, her mom, and Larry Rudolph, her manager, where they told her she needed to complete an entire treatment at Promises rehab facility. If not, Kevin would take full custody of the kids. Britney agreed to go back to rehab, and the emergency custody hearing was then canceled. On February 27th, just 6 days after Britney had her meeting with Kevin, there was a leak from Promises rehab facility alleging that Britney was struggling with postpartum depression and feeling like like she's
Fucking
lost total
Christ.
control. This made headlines across the globe. Britney's personal life was once again blasted for the public to see, and they were not kind. However, on March 21st, 1 month after her meeting with Kevin, Britney completed the rehab program at Promise's rehab facility. No matter what Britney did, she couldn't trust the people around her. In her darkest hour, no one was there to help console her. As she is battling for the right to be a mother, all the public does is mock and degrade her. No matter what Britney did, no matter what steps she took towards a healthier life, the media exploited her and drained her name for every penny that it was worth. And she had just had enough.
But like, I just really like want to talk and just say like how nice our world is. Like, it is so nice. Like, I'm gonna cry right now because like our world is so nice. No, it really.
It's over. It's GG's at this point. She's fucking lost. Like, you can see like the humanity slowly get sucked out of her over the course of these 2-part videos. And by this point, it's done. Like, the fucking light shut off at a certain point, you know what I mean? After so much fucking abuse that you withstand with every single person around you potentially trying to exploit you, with your rock, which was your aunt, that normalized your lifestyle, passes away, and then your like friend / assistant has to quit because of the pressure. You have absolutely zero. You have zero people in your life that like are literally there to help you. Everyone's trying to get a piece. Everyone's trying to fucking exploit you. Everyone's trying to abuse you. It's like, yeah, you can tell it's done. She's just like,
because, like,
done after this.
Oh my god, like the other day I saw like this magazine and I looked at it and it said like I was pregnant, and like I went up to my mom and I was like, oh my god, like my mom knew, like she was right. Like, always believe everything you read, everybody. Like, because I really am pregnant. And then like I went to
And you can tell like she's like talking in a baby voice now. Like the way she talks changed and everything, dude.
this person, and they saw it like on the USA Today, like that, you know, like I was drinking a lot, and it was so true. It was so true. And then like it was just so weird because like then after that, like everybody, like, you know, just always believe what you read, because like in all my management, they totally knew what they were doing when they sent me to rehab.
I know
like
she's memeing and being sarcastic, but still like
they totally knew what they were doing. Like, it's just so weird how great and nice our
Bro,
world
this is like a Joker moment, dude. You don't go into a fucking sarcastic troll for this long, dude. What do you mean? I know she's being sarcastic, but like she's basically at this point, like, you think that's normal to just like go on an extended monologue like this?
And like after this, nobody's gonna talk about this because our world is so nice. So that's all I wanted to say. So okay, bye.
In April of 2007, Britney fired her longtime manager, Larry Rudolph, alleging that he forced her into rehab. However, Britney's father, Jamie Spears, would come to Larry Rudolph's defense, stating that if Britney loses her children, it is no fault but her own. He went from saying she's a sick little girl who needs help to just 3 months later defending Larry Rudolph very publicly against his own daughter. Britney replied saying that she was praying for her father as they have never had a good relationship. Around this time, Britney began isolating herself from friends and family, not knowing who she could trust. This is the time period that she met Sam Lutfi at a club, and they were instantaneously best friends. With Britney firing her management team and no longer trusting her family, she had to create her own support bubble. Sam and Allie, who was her cousin and assistant, would be just that for Britney, and for the rest of the year, the three of them would be inseparable.
Have you sung first? No, just kidding. Brittany, do you want us to sing a birthday song for you? Happy birthday.
We have to put on the backup song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brittany. Happy birthday to you.
In May of 2007, Britney surprised all of her fans by doing a set of live shows at the House of Blues in a few major cities. The media would rip these performances to shreds and would continue to speculate every detail about Britney's mental health. She could not catch a break from the media. Britney felt she needed to humanize herself in an open letter to her fans. Britney opened up in this letter like she hadn't done before about what was going on with her this year. She started off talking about the tabloids, saying, "I used to be angry at the tabloids for printing horrible things about me, but now I try to just be numb to what I see." She went on to discuss her experience at rehab, and this paragraph's really important because she does mention her manager, Larry Rudolph, saying, "I had a manager from a long time ago come in and try to direct me and my life after I got my divorce. I was so overwhelmed, I think that I was in a little shock too." In the next paragraph, Britney talks about being financially taken advantage of, saying, "This letter is not to place blame on anyone, although I do see the world with a completely different set of eyes now. Being in that vulnerable state and taken to dinners and parties with friends and finding out later you paid for everything was a huge learning lesson for me." Britney continued to open up, saying, "I feel like some of the people in my life made more of some issues than was necessary. I also feel like they knew I was beginning to use my brain for a change and cut some ties, so they wanted to be in more control of my life than me." Now here's what's interesting about this letter. If you look it up on major media sites such as People, they cut out every part where Britney talks about the media's portrayal of her, people trying to control her and use her. And you have to click to expand the article to actually see the unedited letter. This is just another example of the narrative being manipulated and Britney's obvious warnings about her situation being hidden and ignored. Exactly 1 month after the letter was published, Britney was spotted delivering another letter to her mother. Allegedly, this letter contained orders telling Lynn Spears to stay away from Britney's children.
Lynn, how you doing? Why is it that Britney served you?
A love letter.
A love letter? What did the love letter say?
If you call this a serving, you know?
Yeah? Why are the rumors then? Why are they saying that she's going to serve you? There's problems between you guys.
Rumors.
There's always rumors, huh?
It's always rumors of rumors.
I had to go pee. Did I miss anything big with the Sam Lufty guy? I don't know. I don't know anything about that part of her life at all. No?
Clear him up, I mean.
She did not serve me.
She did not serve you.
She did not.
So how's your mom? You think everything's going to be okay with her?
I'm praying for her right now. I
Are
hope
ya?
she gets all the help she needs. And
Do you think she needs to go to rehab?
I don't know. I'm very
Brittany,
concerned,
are you going to
so-
try and make up with her? Or?
You know what? In time, who knows what'll happen?
Really? Are you going to go to
help her out?
Kenwood?
Huh?
Are you going to go to Kenwood?
What's where I'm from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it here.
Brittany, can I give you this?
I love you guys.
Can I give you this?
Love you too, Brittany. Thank you.
It's important to note that at this time, Lynn was allegedly shopping around a tell-all on Britney and was working with Britney's fired manager, Larry Rudolph, someone who Britney strongly felt like was untrustworthy. There was a lot happening in July of 2007, more than the media and public knew at the time, and something we're going to dive into later. Britney was making headlines yet again when she sent a tongue-in-cheek handwritten apology to X17. "Dear X17, I want to apologize for the past incident with the umbrella. I was preparing a character for a possible movie role where the husband doesn't play his part, so they swap places. Unfortunately, I didn't get the part. I'm sorry I got all carried away with my role. Britney." Also this month, her assistant set up a tell-all with OK Magazine to dispel rumors and talk openly about reaching her breaking point. However, given everything Britney was going through publicly and behind closed doors, she just was not ready for this kind of interview, and it was a total disaster. She was blasted for eating fried chicken and
You should have apologized for not murdering him. And, putting an end to how pathetic his fucking existence was. You know what I mean? Sorry.
wiping the grease on a loaner designer dress, and walking out before they could get any usable photos. As July came to a close, Britney's divorce to Kevin Federline would become finalized. They would, however, go on to have a very public custody battle in the months to follow. During this time, Britney also hired Jeff Quantinitz as her new manager, and things were looking much more positive for her life. The next few months, while they would be brutal, would have several pop culture defining moments and would change Britney's career forever.
Although she hit a parked car trying to escape paparazzi and got charged with a hit and run, August held a lot of positive news for Britney as well, as rumors of a surprise VMA performance were swirling. This was major. This would be the first televised award show performance since Britney shaved her head, and Jeff Quantinet's first major project managing Britney Spears. There was a lot riding on this one performance, and with Britney in a very public custody battle, she wasn't in the best headspace to be doing something this intensive at the time. The media began labeling this as Britney's big comeback, and when the night of the
blonde hair who sang and did pop records, and now
what the fuck are these cuts, bro? I feel like they cut
this girl with blonde hair who sang and did pop records, had 2 kids, got, you know what I mean? Like, we all know her story, and it's at times unfortunate, but at the same time, it's interesting.
When it came time for Britney to go on stage, she performed Gimme More, the first single off her new album. And Britney's fans were elated that she was back, but she unsurprisingly drew a lot of criticism as well, with people unfairly body shaming her and making fun of her for months after the performance. Britney was suddenly the laughingstock of the music industry.
That's not really fat at all, but compared to the other girls, she looks big. She looks like the fat Elvis walking around the stage.
Is that who I think it is? Oh my God.
Doing things she used to do, but doing it really poorly.
This performance was particularly...
Oh, that was so fucking awkward. Oh my God. Listen, we've all grown from our POV from back then, okay? Yes, that was my uncle in that video, speaking in the background. That's, oh my God, dude. That was, wow, that was wild. Listen, I've said some fucked up shit about celebrities back in the day too, okay? So, it's just, we've all grown. We've all grown up. And our perspectives have changed. That was not actually my uncle. That was a Greek guy. He's Greek. He's Greek, bro. That guy, Greek, not Jank.
Painful for Britney Spears because she had really set herself up for it. She wanted to open the MTV Awards. She wanted to make a splash. She wanted to show everyone that she could do it. And this has just...
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Dude, this guy got so horny to like make some fucked up shit that Jank said back in the day that he's apologized for about me, that he like literally forgot to press space between the and tree. Like, imagine seeing something like this and then your first inclination is like, how do I turn this back to the streamer that I am watching but like despise? I'm watching him. I hate that he like, I hate that he lives this way. I hate that I can't stop watching. I hate like that he's successful. I hate that he's in this position. And I most certainly hate that like I can't wear his fucking face.
Just made things worse.
Did Jake apologize? Jake has apologized for like how fucking misogynistic he was a million times over.
For Britney. We actually did a flash poll on usmagazine.com immediately afterward asking, is Britney back? And 81% said no. It was, you know, as everyone's talking about, it was stiff, it was
Oh, thank you. My man goes successful in air quotes. Bro, how are you gonna look like this? Post it on your profile too. And then just shit talk people. At least like half of the fucking haters in here know better than to like show their fucking full blown face. I love that Michael's in here because like he finds people like this all the time on the internet. Like this is like what he does. He said, can you sell me some K2? Fred Durst Andy, dude. Anyway. Entrepreneur Andy. Okay, let's keep going.
Flat. She needed about 100 hours more practice before this thing was ready for prime time, let alone to open the MTV Video Music Awards.
Right, you know, and forget, you know, appearance, because people have made comments about her not being in peak shape. She looked downright out of it. I mean, this is somebody who perhaps you may have questioned whether or not she had the best voice in the world. She was known for being an entertainer and for being able to dance, and she's literally being directed and shuffled around the stage.
Britney seemed nervous, the MTV Music Awards, and at times so out of it that you wondered if she knew where she was or if she...
Damn, Dan Abrams is now on CNN talking about how her conservatorship is like unethical.
She knew the words to her own song. My take. How did the people around her allow this to happen last night? She is a manager.
Oh my God, this motherfucker was like advocating for a conservatorship. I wonder if they used his statements as a reason for why.
A record label, a lot to lose. Why didn't someone say, hey, you're not ready to perform? What does she pay these people to do?
Her eyes were open, her lips were moving, she remained conscious the entire time. It was the greatest impression of an office worker embarrassing themselves at a holiday party I have ever seen. 5 stars, Britney. Bravo.
Okay, that wasn't like the worst joke, to be fair.
Bravo. In Chris Angel's original piece, it involved a lot of mirrors, and when Britney was rehearsing it, she kept stopping the song and saying, "Who hired the fat girl?"
Extra claimed that she was seen texting somebody immediately after her performances. Any guesses on the nature of the text, Joel, and the recipient of the text?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think we can rule out dietitian, personal trainer, psychologist.
I spoke too soon.
Clothing stylist, makeup artist, nanny. I can keep going. Actual musician, songwriter. Stop me at any time.
Lingerie,
personal bleacher.
Lingerie
waxer.
I think there was so much hype about her big comeback at the VMAs that no one wanted to let her back out. It's just so sad that no one said get in front of a mirror and practice or learn your lyrics and learn your dance moves. I love her, and I was devastated.
AP said she looked bleary and unprepared, which, you know, is me most nights. USA Today called it truly forgettable. The always unkind New York Post jiggled like jello, and good old TMZ.com headlined with R.I.P. Britney's career 1998-2007.
Perez Hilton, one of the most prominent gossip bloggers and a large critic of Britney Spears at the time, wrote a scalding open letter saying, "Dear Britney, you. We are insulted, offended, and disgusted by your performance at the VMAs."
Okay, to be fair, Britney Spears is not in a good place now. But like literally all of those fucking dudes that were shitting on her, with the exception of like Joel McHale, have dog shit lives and have completely destroyed their careers or whatever fucking integrity they may or may not have had, all the way from Matt Lauer to Perez Hilton to fucking Keith Olbermann. They've all had their own personal manic outbreaks very publicly. So, you know, except for Cenk, because Cenk he stays on top. You know what I'm saying? Cenk stays on top. Shut the fuck up, chat, okay? I love my uncle. And also, like I said, he's apologized for all of the misogynistic shit he used to say.
VMAs. Are you f***ing serious? What you did was disrespectful to your few remaining fans, and it was disrespectful to MTV. You didn't even try. You should have just canceled, bitch.
Bro, Perez Hilton is like literally just a fucking like internet troll that became famous. You know what I mean? He's just like a LSF. He's like the most sane Redditor that they decided was good enough to highlight and make a career out of just being a fucking toxic asshole.
Performance was beyond pathetic. The old Britney Spears, who was at one point, a long time ago, truly great, would be embarrassed by your lack of professionalism and utterly appearance at the VMAs. Where was Chris Angel? Where was the magic? And by magic, we don't mean any tricks or illusions. You seemed dead on stage. You have lost that spark and shine that used to ooze out of you. We all know you lip sync, but you couldn't even do that well at the VMAs. And you barely dance. You couldn't even get good hair extensions. You have no one to blame for your failure but you. There was no way you were going to be good. You were out partying every night before the VMAs for 3 days in a row until almost sunrise. You were probably still drunk or high during your performance. You almost tripped a few times, you f***ing mess. No bullshit excuse that you or your camp will come up with.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, it's just a performance, bro. Why don't you fucking calm down, dude? There's something wrong with these people, dude. It's literally like, someone said hold them accountable. Like, you mean they were just holding her accountable? That's what, because that's like kind of Stan behavior. Look at what he's doing now. It's official. Britney Spears has demanded that her conservatorship end, and that end is now, and she's impassioned, speaking so eloquent. Didn't you sell this t-shirt once upon a time on your website? Wait, let me see. Why couldn't it be Britney? Oh my fucking God, dude. That's so fucked up. It's a Heath Ledger shirt. For those of you who don't know, Heath Ledger died. God damn, dude. You're Perez now? Yeah, totally.
Can make up for how pathetic your performance was. A true professional will deliver no matter what. Let's repeat that. It's worth repeating. A true professional will deliver no matter what. What you did was inexcusable. This performance went down as one of the most iconic moments in the Video Music Awards history, and it became infamous. Britney's fans also began to come out of the woodwork and defend Britney from the ruthless attacks by the media. And this is where we get one of the most viral videos of the early 2000s.
Do we really want to see a 25-year-old woman leave behind 2 children and die? Have we learned nothing from Anna Nicole Smith?
Not breathing and she's not responsive.
Just 39 years old. And I know it's hard to see Britney Spears as a human being, but trust me, she is. She's a person. She's like you or I. And I don't know about you, but I know that I would be pretty shaken up right now. Whatever the case of her, whatever the cause of her performance was, I don't care.
He was so fucking right, and we just made fun of him. We all literally laughed at him, and he was just fucking right, dude. Straight up, all the way.
All I care about is Britney's well-being. And Britney, all I want is for you to get well. That's all I want. The world needs to know that Britney still has her fans. Britney needs to know that she still has her fans.
And how dare anyone out there make fun of Britney? We're not gonna
Yeah, people rejected him because he told the truth.
pass up a chance to work with Ginger Fox. She's a huge star.
She was, till she hopped on the cycle train and crashed into Has-Been Island. Ginger's manager said that she's gotten some, you know, mental health. And now she's ready to make a big comeback. She looks okay from a distance. She's just marching around the stage like an idiot. Did she shave into her arms?
iCarly canceled, dude. Fucking iCarly canceled, dude. Yo, cancel iCarly. I actually don't know anything about iCarly, but I know that like even Zoomers and a lot of like millennials love iCarly. So I'm just gonna keep saying it. You fucking Dan Schneider, dude.
I don't think she shaved under her arms. Has anybody seen my baby?
Hi, everybody. I may have lost a foot to diabetes, but I'm still sexy, y'all. Now I'm gonna dance for you.
Excuse me, Mrs. Spears, but your kids are here and they've brought you a squirrel.
My boys? Really? Send them in. It's okay. My kids are here. I feel better now. We did it, guys. I told you that would work. Yeah, all right. All right.
You mean it was just a joke? My kids ain't here?
All right, Daddy, just flash your crotch or something.
I got a better idea.
You do?
a drink, bitch.
I sort of see you. I think I took too many Xanax.
That's Brittany, bitch. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free.
After all she's been through, she lost her aunt.
And these are for you, Aunt Sandra.
She went through a divorce. She had 2 f***ing kids. Her husband turned out to be a user, a cheater, and now she's going through a custody battle. Perez Hilton talked about professionalism and said if Brittany was a professional, she would have pulled it off no matter what. Speaking of professionalism, when is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time? Leave Brittany alone! Please!
Even Chris Crocker was ridiculed for defending Britney Spears and became a celebrity on their own. It was so popular to dislike Britney Spears at the time that her supporters were being ridiculed as well for just standing up for her, even though they were on the right side of history. Only 11 days after Britney shocked the world with Give Me More, her manager Jeff dropped her, saying the current circumstances prevented him from doing his job. And merely a few weeks later, the court ruled that Britney could only have monitored visits with her kids. But she appealed and was able to get 1 night a week. When Britney left custody court, the paparazzi caused yet another car accident. A sheriff was holding back the paparazzi when Britney accidentally ran over her foot, trying to get away, and unfortunately, just a few weeks later, the court ruled that Britney could no longer drive her kids around due to the dangers of the paparazzi. They had taken everything from her. Her privacy, her serenity, and now the right to drive her children. This was a
Bro, the American criminal justice system is really fucked up all the time, but like, you know it's real fucked up when like a famous white lady who is super fucking rich can get fucked over this hard as a consequence of like other people's actions. That is wild, dude. Like, how the fuck is this her fault, dude? What the fuck? This, by the way, is the problem with victim blaming. For those of you who recognize how fucked up this is because you've been watching through from the start, also have to recognize that it's the top of the hour where there's a 60-second ad break where I'm gonna run an ad, okay? But, of course, if you no longer want to see said ads, you can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. You can do that, okay? Or you can use an ad blocker or a VPN. I was gonna make a point and I forgot what I was gonna say. Here's the fucking ad now. But I was gonna make an actual point and I totally forgot what it was gonna be. God damn it, it was a good ass point too. Oh, victim blaming. We're victim blaming, or at the time, the court literally fucking made it her fault, even though it was the actions of the paparazzi. If the paparazzi stopped, then she could drive around normally, right? So instead of trying to solve the problem by doing something about the paparazzi, they made it so that she couldn't drive around, which is fucking psychotic. And that's why it's idiotic whenever people say like, oh my God, what was she fucking wearing? Maybe she deserved to be sexually harassed. All this other shit. It's literally on the hands of the abuser or the harasser to just stop fucking doing that. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going.
Really big deal to Britney, as being a mother was a huge part of her identity. She just wanted to raise her children in peace. The entertainment industry had stripped her of everything and continued to ruthlessly manipulate and abuse Britney every chance they got. And this all came to a head in the fall when Britney was gearing up to release the most influential and experimental album of her career.
By the way, for those of you who are like, looking at the South Park one and saying like that's fucked up, I think South Park's point of view was probably a little bit more advanced. And I hate to defend South Park. I'm not like a fan or anything. You guys know this. But it was unironically the actual point, saying that like people were driving her fucking crazy and like literally defending her. So yes, that imagery is like fucked up, but they were right. Like the point that they were making is that these people, for pure malice out of like pure capitalistic gain, were driving Britney Spears into suicidal ideation.
How's your new album, Britney? I heard it's gonna be.
This is where the bungalow is, for those of you who don't know. I think this is the Santa Monica.
A hit. Think it's funny. What?
In July of 2006, Britney began work on one of her most unique and successful projects. It would be a new album with a completely different sound. She began production of Blackout by recording Radar the day after she filed for divorce from Kevin Federline, and recorded the rest of the album amongst some of her darkest moments.
You know, it was also a dark period in her life, but what was it like being in the studio with Britney Spears?
You know, it was awesome in the beginning, and she was the sweetest, most happiest thing. And so it was difficult to see her go through the transition, because we were there through the transition and things got a little bit rushed.
Britney, your single's doing incredibly well. Are you happy? Yeah.
You know it's number one, right? Number one ring. Yeah.
Oh my god, people are still caught up on my South Park shit. Okay, South Park is fine. Some of their jokes are great. Some of their jokes are fucking really stupid. For years, they made fun of climate change, which they apologize for. Great. They are sometimes like annoying, edgy fucking libertarians, like libertarian centrists. That's it. Okay? They're hit or miss. A lot of comedy is like that. I already ran the top of the hour.
After Gimme More hit number 1, they moved the release up 2 weeks. But this album had one of the most non-traditional press runs ever.
Because it'd be real funny if she were like, just kidding.
Well, it'd be funny up until kid number 2.
Because, I mean, think about it. She's done no press for her album, which I love, by the way. But yeah, I do. But she's done no press. She's getting so much press off of all this other stuff.
Britney only did one interview about the album with Ryan Seacrest.
Today, the album's been out for a day or so. What will you do for the rest of the week? Do you have
another low-key or high-key demon? Fuck! Get the fuck out of here! God damn it! Buzzing all around my fucking head. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Dumbass fly, dude. Anyway. As I was gonna say. No, because I'm eating. I don't want this fucking stupid ass fly to like touch my food. Bro, why do you go so hard on the whole ad announcement? Other streamers just run it and don't do a whole announcement that literally lasts longer than the ad itself. Please no ban. Because I fuck your mom every night, and she seems to enjoy the ad break announcements. Yeah, it's true. Ask her. She'll tell you. As I was saying, Ryan Seacrest is a fucking demon.
Have to do appearances? Will you promote the album? What are you going to be doing?
This is it.
This is it. This is the promotion.
You promoted on air with Ryan Seacrest.
We don't need to promote anymore.
All right. So, well, then let's cover all of our bases this morning. What about Piece of Me? Is it's kind of about your image in the media and the paparazzi swarming and everyone always on your case. What was the message you wanted to convey with that song?
Just, you know, like wherever you go and stuff like that, there's a lot of people who, like, you know, want to ask questions and, like, you know, they just...
Bro, why does she have a thing for dudes with a fucking weird, like, landing strip?
You know, sometimes you don't know their intentions and stuff like that, so it's just kind of a cute way of putting it out there, you know, like, you want a piece of me and, like, in a, you know, cool, cute, clever way, so... it's it's a cute song. I like it.
On the day Blackout was released, Court Commissioner Scott Gordon ruled that Britney can visit her sons 3 times a week with a monitor and would need to submit to drug and alcohol testing. As Britney's custody battle had been so public, Ryan Seacrest saw the opportunity to get the exclusive. But as he continued to press Britney about her children, the interview took, well, an awkward turn.
Well, you've obviously been aware of the conversation about your kids and obviously all of the things that you've been doing to, go to court. You have the court dates. You've had the reports of the parents.
I mean, Ryan Seacrest is a fucking demon. Like, never go near him.
Coaches and everything that's been going on and covered. How do you respond to those who criticize you as a mom?
Like I said, people say what they want and, do what they do.
This guy is literally, like, responsible for the Kardashians.
Sad, how cruel our world can be. But at the end of the day, like I said, you just got to know in your heart.
People don't know this, I think.
You're doing the best that you can. And, that's basically it.
And do you feel like you're doing everything you can for your kids?
What?
Do you feel like you're doing everything you can for your kids?
Oh, God, yeah.
And how often will you see them?
We aren't, that's like all in the court, like stuff like that. My lawyers know all that stuff.
Let's talk about fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, what do you want to talk about?
Where's
All right, so we're live. It's 9:23 right now. Britney Spears' house is linked up live here. This is Allie, her friend Sam, and Britney. Hey, Allie, ask Britney what she wants to say to her fans, because a lot of them are listening right now that have bought this album.
You know what? She just ran into the other room. I know she just wanted to say thanks to them, and, hold on. She really appreciates everything and them supporting her through everything.
Does she want to say it herself? Yeah, see if you can find her.
Oh, she's in the shower. Do you want to try us back in a little while?
Yeah, we'll call you back because I think you should let her say something to her fans. That'd be great.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Call you in 10.
But even with no promotion and no press runs, Blackout received some of the best reviews from critics in her career. It may have been one of her darkest years, but she made an album that was ahead of its time, changing pop music yet again. And with entire songs dedicated to the media like Piece of Me, the album is a time capsule for the year 2007.
I don't know anything about this album. At this point, I'm so done. I've grown up. I'm now edgy. I'm in fucking high school. I'm like drawing Dota characters nonstop, playing Dota. And, every moment of my life is spent drawing, and I'm listening to, like, Metallica. You know what I mean? Well, but also simultaneously listening to, like, Franz Ferdinand, Arctic Monkeys, shit like that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I don't know anything about this album at all. I've never listened to it.
2007 was Britney's last year as a free woman, and it was full of nothing but struggle, heartache, and abuse at the hands of the media. Britney Spears had been so controlled for the first 25 years of her life that reaching her breaking point was inevitable. And over a decade later, this time period is still affecting almost every aspect of her life. To quote Perez Hilton, who ruthlessly ripped her to shreds, "Looking back now, it really does seem like Britney is lucky to still be alive." Britney had thought she had hit rock bottom, but little did she know the fears she expressed in May about people trying to take control of her life would come true. In the past few years, we have learned even more about why Britney isolated herself and was so paranoid about the people she thought she could trust. In an alleged leaked email from July of 2007, we see Britney contacting her lawyer, Gary Stifelman, stating a woman named Lou Taylor had been stalking her. Britney was concerned as Lou Taylor had alleged plans to visit her drunk father in Kentwood, Louisiana. Britney stated, "I don't care about him, but she could easily find my mother and hurt her."
I had certain people into my life that were just bad people. You do something wrong and you learn from it, you move on, but it's like I'm having to pay for it for a really long time. if I wasn't under the restraints that I'm under right now. I feel so liberated.
This part's gonna be crazy. This is when the conservatorship comes in. Wait, where's part 3?